Now you may remember, excuse me, you may remember quite a while ago I had a little race against myself to find some Krispy Kreme donuts, and a lot of people were very unhappy with that video because I didn't actually buy any Krispy Kremes. Well, I'm now going to make you happy, because that is exactly what I am intending to do. It has got to that stage where coffee and donuts is the staple diet of exam marking, and so my need is great. Sugar levels required, energy levels. It does tend to make me go a little bit bonkers, but ooh, that was close. That is somewhat required for this stage of the year, which is also dark, gloomy, cold, got heated gloves on. It's all calling for donuts. So if you can remember that video, it's somewhere top right there, if I put a link in, which I will try to. We are of course doing the faster route, which is the back roads, as we found out from the previous video. And I should actually have timed this run, because obviously I'm on a different bike now. So the Vulcan has gone, the Speedmaster has arrived, which does allow for some rather beautiful noise, but I wouldn't have thought it's any quicker. In fact, I know that the Vulcan is, I think, quicker 0 to 60, believe it or not, than this, which is quite hard to imagine, because, well, I haven't actually done a test run, but I was just looking at the stats and things, because you can happily get to 70 in second gear. On this bike, which you definitely couldn't on the Vulcan. You had to change up. But I mean, it doesn't like it too much being at that higher speed in second gear, but it's perfect, absolutely perfect, if you are accelerating, overtaking, etc., to have that amount of punch from the low gears. It is a cruiser after all, it's not a sports bike. It doesn't rev high. I mean, it, according to the trip computer, I'm just bumbling along at 2,000 revs, and I think it maxes out at something like 4,500. I'd have to look that up, but you'll remember the Vulcan goes much higher than that in terms of rev count. But this has bigger engine, 1200, and much more noise, which is really quite glorious, I have to say. The deep down low throb, delicious, just like donuts. So that is the purpose of our journey. For those of you who know about these things, so those of you who ride bikes in the winter or in cold countries, I'll do a little survey. Again, it should, I think it's a pop-up banner up top right there, I can never remember. My editing skills, as you will have realised by now, are pretty dodgy. But the question is, if you're getting heated gloves, heated clothing, etc., do you go Gerber or Kais? These are Gerber. They are expensive, but they are pretty good. Kais, a little bit cheaper, and I haven't tried them out. So I'd be interested to hear, you know, if you've gotten a, you know, an informed opinion, then do please write it in the comments below. But I'll put a little survey banner thing top right. You can click on it and stuff. See what you think. Oh, it's a little learner moped. How sweet. It's pretty depressing that it's 2:30 in the afternoon, 2:40, and you've got to have your lights on, which I haven't, but I've got running lights, because it's so dark. How depressing is that? Why people live in Britain, I have no idea. Which I do, because I love the country, but the weather isn't great. No, don't do no one do anything silly. Good. Second gear is such a lovely sounding gear. It's just so beautiful. It's just and that is the technical term for it. All the Triumph engineers use that sound when they are giving a PowerPoint speech to the board. They use that exact tone with their mouths. It's a well-known fact. Christmas lights, I mean, really? It's not even December. Late November, we've got Christmas lights. Bar humbug. I mean, look at that. Stars and jollity. Dear, oh dear. I think December onwards for stars and jollity. I said in my first review of this bike, pop-up banner there for it, about how the really useful way this engine shivers when it wants you to change down. It's so useful, and you know, it just gives you a little judder telling you to move down a gear, and it's great. I mean, it's not designed for that, obviously, but it just does that. So the Krispy Kreme dispensary is here, otherwise known as Tesco's. Other supermarkets are available. It's quite nice to be sponsored by Tesco's though. Never have to pay for food again, which I can see as being quite a beneficial thing. Bicycle parking has become motorised bicycle parking. So the great news is the purchase has been made, and we got 3 classics: the glazed raspberry, the chocolate deluxe, and a salted caramel cheesecake, which is new to me, but I love salted caramel. I'm sorry if you can't hear my voice. That's better. The neck warmer was just sort of, I was chewing it. Got a bit hungry. Alright, well, I suppose it's time to actually go and mark some exams now. Got the sustenance. Coffee can be provided from my rather delightful little machine. And does anyone else have a Sensio coffee maker? I love mine, it's great, but you don't see them, and you can't really buy the things very much. It's just, doesn't seem to be one of the most popular ones. It's really good though. And it's beginning to rain. What an arse. God, it was beginning to rain the last time we did this as well. It was just beginning to rain, and then that arsehole nearly crashed into me down there. I remember it now. Well, let's be extra vigilant, just in case. Old man in a little, what was it, red or yellow car? Oh, that was irritating. He's featured twice actually. Once in that original Doughnut video, and once in the Crash and Crazies video. here we go. Are you gonna look? No. Yes? Good, well done. Oh, someone who can drive. What a delight. You do have to be vigilant though. There's no denying it. Denying it? Doubting it. That's the one. Hate rain. Sucks. Ooh, I do have rain mode though. Right, let's change into rain mode. I think it softens the acceleration a little bit. Dampens the torque. So that we don't slip and slide too much. Well, brakes work. A little bit of squirreling, but they work. Ow! Really bumpy. Oh god, it's getting so many flashbacks from that previous video. It was about here, wasn't it, when I went over that hump or whatever it was, and the microphone went up my nose. I'd forgotten that. All these exciting things that happen when you're out and about. You can do that on this bike, which is rather nice. The old rev bomb, which you couldn't really do on the Vulcan because its engine sounded like a sort of an angry sewing machine. Everyone seems to like the bike today.